Hello, everybody. Peace and blessings. Hope everyone is doing well. Today, I want to talk about the difference between a curse and a spell, right? And I'm saying this because the ancestors have been on me heavy about the concept of us believing that so many of us believe in that we are cursed when in reality we are under a spell. And so, real quickly, I'm going to dig into that. The definition, right? So, the definition of curse. So, I am looking at the Webster definition of curse. And a curse, excuse me, all of these allergens and stuff, man. Anyway, a curse obviously is cursing someone like with words or using swear words. A curse can cause great harm or evil. It is a curse can mean to bring happiness or unhappiness or evil upon someone, to say or think bad things about someone or something. It also can mean to call upon divine power to send harm or evil, i.e., he cursed his enemies, right? A spell, this is what I want to get to. You can be put under a spell, correct? But when you get into the definition of it, it is A, the spoken word or form of words held to have magic power. And then B, which is most importantly, is a state of enchantment. It can be, this is the second definition, a strong, compelling influence or attraction. And so a curse, the way I look at it, is something that's said and done. Like if you let's just say I did something to you and you turn around and you curse me and with a simple fuck you or something, right? That fuck you I received right now. That's the end of it. But the difference between a curse and a spell is it's longer lasting, let's put it that way. I don't want to say there's no end to it because obviously spells can be broken as well, just as well as curses can be broken. But I want to dig into the fact of it being having magic powers and it being a state of enchantment. And so let's just dig into the state of Black America, right? In our mindsets, we are compromised because we believe a certain thing about ourselves, true or not true. If you are growing up, let's just say poor, whether it's the city or the country, you're growing up with less than. You grow up with less than what other people have. You believe that you deserve less. You believe that there's not much to this life. You believe that, okay, my parents were, I don't know, factory workers or something, and they struggled to get by, then I'm going to struggle to get by. That is a form of enchantment. That is a spell. That holds magical power. And the reason, okay, maybe it might not be quite magical, but rather more so logical, doesn't matter. You believe it, and so it is. And it's important to dig into that because we hold ourselves back from what we truly deserve based on our beliefs. Your belief, the thoughts that you tell, I'm saying words, but I meant to say thoughts. Same difference, whether you speaking them out or not. Obviously, when you speak them, they got a bit more power. But those thoughts that you believe about yourself, that you would believe about your community, your people, the things you believe about those who look like you, those who don't look like you, those who are from where you are, those who aren't from where you are. It all is part of your thought pattern, and it's all a spell and an enchantment. So, breaking the spell, right? Spells can be broken. You have to dedicate yourself to breaking the spells that have been put upon you. And I'm saying like this from a standpoint of maturity because Some of us, we get caught in our traumas, like in our childhood traumas, and we want to blame people, and we want to blame our mother and blame our father and blame their parents and those who came before them for teaching them that way, when that is the power, that is the power of a spell, is because it's enchantment, because it's a spoken word. It also has, as this other definition says, a strong compelling influence or attraction. Because it has that strong compelling influence, you know, your grandmother taught your mother this influence and your mother taught it to you, and then you're the one that realizes, hey, this doesn't line up, and you want to change it. The way that you change these curses that are short standing, that I would say, would be like first generational, something that your parents might have said to you that you didn't particularly like, um, something that your peers might have said to you that you didn't particularly like, or didn't really stand true to you. Um, and then the deeper things, like the spells, you have to reprogram your mind. And the way you do that is starting with thinking about what you're thinking about. And what I mean by that is we often think subconsciously. We don't realize when we have negative self talk, or when we have beliefs that don't serve us anymore. You've got to, I'm just going to use this for an example. You've got to sort through the things that don't serve you, things that don't benefit you, to, let's say, thought processes that don't benefit you to think that way anymore. The hell was it? I think it was a moth. Um, for example, if you were raised in church and you never, let's just say not even never, let's say you used to like it, but you don't quite mesh with it now, and you continue to go to church because your parents say so, or you continue to go to church because somebody told you that there's some punishment if you don't, but you don't actually believe in that punishment. That's an old thought. That's the type of trash that needs to be discarded. If it's no longer serving you, get rid of it. That's part of the way of breaking the spell. Religion in itself is a huge spell, but that's like a whole other video for a whole other day, right? But I'm just using it as an example. That's part of breaking spells. If you know that everyone in your family eats fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and shit, and got high blood pressure and diabetes and stuff, right? Part of breaking the spell of obesity in your family is choosing to eat differently, right? Sometimes it's physical things that you can do. If you hear everybody in your family calling, when someone doesn't do something right, they might call that person stupid instead of saying try again. It's recorrecting yourself, it's redirecting your words. How can you be more kind to yourself, and how can you be more kind to others? Because we do have a tendency to be harsh, because we're sometimes, that's all the vocabulary that there is. I realize that, I'm just saying, I realize that being around my family, that sometimes people be like, yo, you dummy, do this, that, and other, instead of saying, why don't you try this way? You know what I mean? Like, one sounds nicer than the other, but we have a habit of calling each other dummy, and it's not, that's a curse towards someone. It's not a smell, but it's a curse. Well, yeah, it is a spell, because come to think of it, you're going to start to think that you're dumb after a while, and you put yourself under that limitation. But yeah, I think that the reason that the ancestors are having me share that message about curse versus spell is because you need to believe that it can be lifted, whichever one you're under. Believe that there's always something positive to believe in. There's another way to think, there's another way to be, and there's another way to live, and the only person who can determine that is you. No one else. Once you make up that decision that I'm going to, be positive, that I'm going to get the things that I want out of life, that I'm going to make changes from my generation on, no one can take that from you. And so, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share as well too if you want to. And if you have questions about stuff, check my sorry, my brain went for a walk for a second. Check my description box below, my email address. You can email me and give me some video and suggestions as well. Thank you. Bye.